Hey guys, it's Derek with Molo, and today we're going to be talking about 5 exercises you can use to fight that forward rounded posture we get from sitting at a desk all day. So a lot of us, when we sit at a desk, our hips are posteriorly rotated, meaning they kind of tilt back. We have a round upper back, and we might be sitting like this, and sometimes you just notice and you catch yourself looking like a sloth. And so we're going to implement these exercises that help put us in positions that we're not in all day, like what I'm showing you. So we're trying to restore our upper back, or thoracic spine is what that's called, the ability to extend and rotate. We're trying to help our muscles in our back extend and activate, get our glutes firing. So that is what we're going to focus on today. If you're ready, let's dive in. So prone press-ups are a great exercise if you're trying to improve thoracic extension. This is how we do them. We lie on our stomach like so, and we're going to put our hands right underneath our shoulders. We're going to move our shoulder blades towards our butt. Make sure our hips touching the ground, keep them there, and we're just going to press up through our arms, trying to extend our upper back and mid back, and we're pushing through our arms. And then as soon as you feel like your lower back is overworking or your hips start to come off like this, then you need to stop. So the goal is we're trying to use like 50% of our low back, 50% of our arms when we're doing this movement. We're just looking up, right there I feel it, and I stop. And so we're just going to do about roughly usually 10 reps, but do reps prescribed. But the whole time we're trying to move our shoulder blades down, and we're just squeezing, tight, activate, and then come back down. So those are prone press-ups. Try them out and do reps prescribed. So prone W's are a great exercise we like to implement if we're trying to improve thoracic extension and rotation. At the same time, just builds a really good foundation. Here's how you do them. You lie on your stomach like so. You're going to put your hands over your head, forehead touching the ground. You're going to lift your arms up like so. Hands are off the ground, elbows off the ground. Now bend your elbows and slide your hands towards your ears. Shoulder blades are heading towards your glutes or your buns. You're going to hold. Keep your hands elevated. Keep them elevated. Extend those elbows again, and then reset. So we lift, we pull, we hold hands by ears. We're trying to move them down as far as we can. We extend and reset. So typically we're doing about 10-ish reps, but do reps prescribed. This, again, really good exercise to improve thoracic extension and rotation. Have fun. So tabletop thoracic rotations is a really good exercise if you're trying to improve thoracic rotation. Here's how to do them. So you assume a tabletop position where your knees are underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. And let's start with our right arm. Our left arm is going to be straight, and we're pushing into the ground as we're raising our right arm, looking towards the ceiling as far as we can, pushing with our left, reaching with our right. And then we exhale, and we're bending both our arms kind of as I'm threading the needle, and I'll kind of turn so you can see it. And I'm going underneath. My hand's not on the floor. I'm not sliding it or dragging it, but I'm reaching as far as I can. This shoulder's almost touching the ground. And then I come up again, and I extend. I'll show you what it looks like on this arm. So we extend. I'm pushing with my right, reaching with my left. And then I exhale as I reach. So inhale, raise. Exhale, reach. So those are tabletop thoracic rotations. I'm typically doing like 5 reps per side, but do reps prescribed and have fun. So hip hinges are a really foundational movement to humans. We hinge when we dig. We hinge when we just bend over to pick something up. And so we want to make sure that we are getting plenty of movement in our hips, especially stretching out our hamstrings. So some people would call this a good morning. Some people call it like a standing hamstring stretch. But it's really just practicing how to hinge and bend at your hips. So to set it up, I'm standing tall. My feet are about hip width apart. I'm going to slightly bend my knees and lock them there. And then I'm going to push my hips back as far as I can. And I'm driving my belly button down while keeping my chest up. So I'm trying to touch my belly button to my thighs before my chest does. So I'm driving down instead of doing something like that, right? So my chest is up. And as soon as I feel a huge stretch in my hamstrings, I keep my knees bent, squeeze my buns, and I come back through. So you push back, chest up, driving your belly button down, and then you come on up. If you're struggling with this movement, that's why sometimes we will use a foam roller. And so I have it like so, and I'm just going to let it roll as I try to do that same movement. And then I roll it back up, coming on up. I'll show you from the side. I push my butt back, knees are locked, I'm rolling, and then we come back up. So hinges, standing good morning, standing hamstring stretch, whatever you want to call it. It's a great just movement practice you should do consistently, especially if you're dealing with any type of low back pain. So I usually am doing around 10 to 15 reps, but do reps prescribed and have fun. So glute activation lunge is a really wonderful drill we like to implement if we're trying to help engage the muscles around our hips, specifically our glutes, and just help out the side of our body and just support our lumbar spine. Here's how you do it. So I'm standing like so. I'm going to drop my right foot back just a little, so we're in a lunge position, not a huge lunge like this, just a little step back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this glute, so I'm tucking my tailbone under my hips, and then I'm going to, with this arm, same arm, same leg, reach overhead, bend, and then I'm going to twist and bend a little more, and I'm holding this position. Now, always move through pain-free and ranges you feel comfortable, but when you get to this position, you're squeezing that right glute still. We're going to take 3 to 5 breaths in your nose, out your mouth. So 3 to 5 breaths, and then you repeat on the other side. I'll show you on this side. So I take that lunge, I tuck that pelvis under, hands overhead, I rotate and I lean, and I feel a good stretch right there. I'm squeezing. 3 to 5 breaths. So that is our glute activation lunge. I'm usually doing 3 to 5 breaths, and I alternate every time. I'm doing a total of roughly 10 reps. So do reps prescribed though, and have fun. So hopefully those exercises aren't too overwhelming. We wanted to give you something simple and actionable you could do to fight this posture from sitting for prolonged periods of time. So when you do them every single day, you're going to notice your hips start to move a little better, your low back doesn't feel stiff, and your upper back can extend and rotate, your arms move overhead, your neck doesn't feel as tight. These are really great simple exercises you can implement today to fight that low back pain from sitting too long. We'll see you in the next one.